Let's try again. Let's try again. Let's try again. Let's try again. I'm back. Apologies for that. Something happened there with the technology. Okay, here I am. Jenny Lyon, Rainbow Amazon, coming live on my personal profile on this wonderful Friday. And I'm in the vibe of talking to you about leadership. So for those who don't know me and who has just landed on this page and you think, who is this lady? I'm Jenny Lyon, Rainbow Amazon, and I am a channel, psychic healer, and I help leaders, visionary leaders. I'm a visionary leader. I help them embody leadership through deep inner work and light body activations and things like that. So I have been in the vibe of teaching a lot about my 7 levels of leadership, embodied leadership that I teach for the last couple of weeks. And I'm just in the vibe of one of the levels that I teach about, which is your mission and your purpose, why you're actually here. So I'm going to talk about that today. So if you're not familiar with the work that I do, the way I help my clients is really through deep inner work, energy work, and I help them through light body activations. I help them embody the leader, the CEO that they can see in their vision, or that who they have not yet become on a energy level. So that's what I help my clients with. Now, the 7 levels of leadership that I teach are all linked to the energy centers. I'm not going to go into the 7 levels today because that's going to take a long time, sort of thing. And I'm going to talk about the one that I always start with when I teach clients and groups of people about leadership. And I always start with the mission or the purpose, so to speak. So let's dive into vision and purpose and mission. So if you are a spiritual entrepreneur, or you are an online entrepreneur, you might be a business coach, you might be you're just an online entrepreneur basically, you realize that as you grow your business, you have to grow energetically with it. You have probably already working towards, becoming or being the CEO of your business and really step into those CEO shoes. That comes obviously with a lot of different actions and ways how you want to behave in your business and how you want to behave, how you show up. But it's not just that, it also comes with an embodiment. And when I talk about the different, the 7 levels, say hi if you can see me, by the way. I can see some people watching. Yeah, say hi if you can see me. And why don't you say hashtag replay or hashtag live when you're here. So let's go back now. Sorry, I've lost my train there. So then you know that the very thing that is getting you up in the morning, apart from obviously wanting to create freedom and better lifestyle, hi Lauren, and creating a better lifestyle, you know that there is a deeper calling and there is a deeper wanting for helping the world and changing the world, and you know that, you feel that you are probably already connected to your purpose and your vision and your mission. Now when it comes to really tapping into that on a daily level, so that you don't lose sight of what it is you're creating long term, because let's face it here, we're not in this for just a short term sort of fix, right? We're in for the long run, or the CEOs or the visionary leaders are here for the long run. You're really here to make a change and an impact on this world. So hi Lauren. So the very, very thing, and the very, very most important thing that I feel personally, is that we want to tap into our purpose, vision, mission on a daily basis. It's almost like that is the one thing that is going to keep you going through everything. even when things are challenging in the business or on a personal level, if you can tap into that purpose, vision, mission on a daily basis, not sitting for hours doing it, but kind of have an energetic connection with that on a daily basis, then you will find it quite much more easier actually to create your to actually create what you see in your mind's eye. Now, often if somebody is a visionary leader, or they are focused like on building the business, they're focused on growing their business financially, or creating sustainable programs that is recurring income, things like that, often people can get overstretched energetically. Sometimes they grow at a fast speed, and then energetically they get stretched, and they might feel stressed, they might hit burnout, they might feel like plateaued in themselves, not feeling like, yeah, I've hit this goal now, but I actually still feel like shit. So like that's kind of not what we want. So when I work with my clients with the 7 levels of embodied leadership, we make sure that when you stretch your business and your programs, and you stretch everything that you have come here to create and embody and manifest and serve your clients with, it's a lot easier. It's all like a much more of an easy ride. And in fact, by working on your energy and so I work with different energetic tools like trauma healing, regressions, Akashic records, future lives, past lives, this life, light body activations. Like there's I have a lot of tools. So what we do, and when we look at these different levels, 7 levels of embodied leadership, is that wherever there is a flaw, because these 7 levels are not going to always be, hi Carol, they're not always going to feel like you're doing great in all of them, right? So they are, by the way, they are health, wealth, power, relationships, intuition and leadership, communication, leadership, and then intuition, and then your mission, vision, purpose, which is what we're talking about today. So when you feel like you're not scoring well on 2 or 3 or maybe 4, and the other ones are doing well, you don't feel fulfilled. So you're working towards these big visionary goals that you have, but yet things are missing. And that's an energy piece alone. That's completely all about your energy and whatever is going on within you and you as a multidimensional being. Now, why is the importance of the embodiment why is it so important? So if you have a vision that is probably bigger than yourself, like you can really see this amazing thing that you want to have an impact with in the world with, and what happens is that you're very good with, like, you're in your mind's eye, you can go there quite easily, but the embodiment part of it, the actual physical reality of it, is not quite there, and you don't feel like, almost like you can get into those shoes, because it feels too much of a gap. There is an energetic gap between the visionary leader that you see and the person that you are right now. And that comes with a lot of identity shifting and a lot of clearing things that actually are stopping you from believing that you can really do it, like 100% do it. It also comes with a lot of clearings on an energetic level, whether that is this lifetime or past lifetimes, so that you can become this highest potential of yourself. Many business owners do this, and they consider themselves as visionary leaders, and they consider themselves as successful business owners, but sometimes the relationships are suffering. Sometimes they can't find an energetic match, like they can't find a man or a woman, if whatever the setup is, that can match their frequency and that can match them. And then we have an issue again, because they might have a successful business and they might have a great team, or they might do really well in their health and everything, but with their communication and their relationships it's not going well, and they feel lonely, or they feel Like, am I ever going to meet someone who is going to, understand me and who can match my frequency and who can match where I am? Someone else would have something else, right? So it could be anything out of those 7 levels, which can basically make you feel like you are not fully fulfilled. And when it comes to fulfillment and deep sort of connection to yourself and life itself, that is actually what matters most. Because the day, without being too morbid here, the day when you have your last days and you know you're going to leave this earth plane, it's like you're not going to think about all the times when you hit all your financial goals. Like, that's a part of the process, right? But you're not going to think about that. You're going to think about the relationships that you've had. You're going to think about the moments that you're going to think about how you, who you chose to be, creating that legacy, how you chose to feel and show up and lead in this world when you were creating that legacy, how you managed to create loving, sustainable and powerful relationships and memories. So when we look at leadership, as in like, I'm leading, here is my vision, this is what I want to change and this is what I want to stand for, whatever that is, whether that is within coaching, healing, mentorship, or whether that is setting up a charity, like, it doesn't really matter what the vision is, the purpose, the vision, the mission, but really what we are looking at here is that the quality of that journey, the quality of the journey that you're taking supersedes everything. And this is why the deep inner work is 100% necessary for all visionary leaders. Well, it's necessary for all of the worlds of the population of the world, but I'm talking to you as a visionary leader right now. So if you think about the journey, because actually this is quite interesting. I was teaching on a group this week. Was it this? Yeah, this week. I was teaching on a group this week, and we actually had this conversation, me and one of the clients, and she was basically just saying that I get so tunnel vision to creating whatever I've committed on my to-do list that I forget to actually be in the moment. And that's not necessarily ideal, because again, when you are here for your last days on earth, you're not going to be thinking about when you tunnel visioned and you created something with tunnel vision and forgot to be present. You're not going to think about that. You're going to think about those memories that you created with the people you loved. You're going to think about all the smiles on the faces of those clients that you helped. And you're going to think about all the times you were on stage speaking to people that you helped and to help them transform their lives. You're going to think about probably the holidays that you took. You're going to think about the love that you hold in your heart. So it's like, we've got to become these embodied leaders who are present, who are fully grounded, who holds the vision, and at the same time create an overall success within ourselves on a daily basis. That's actually the goal. Now, that work, the deep inner work, will guarantee a successful business, successful relationships, more money in the bank. It will create better relationship with your body and your health, right? It will create more clarity, boundaries, power. You will lock in more of your power. You will stand tall in your mission. Your intuition will lead the way. You will become like a force with source, so that nothing can, knock you off the the pathway that you're walking. And your vision, your mission, you're connecting with it every day. You become the walking, talking version of your soul, right? And that is actually the whole point of you being here on earth, right? So it's so easy as a visionary leader to get caught up in the strategies, building a business, making the 20, whatever, 50k months, 100k months. It's so easy to get caught up in that and build, and then forget to find this deep inner peace and deep inner balance that is required to become an embodied visionary new earth leader. And when you become the work, like when you become your vision from an energetic point of view, it's like you can walk into a room and you don't have to say anything, because the energetic calibration, vibration that you hold can't be faked. It can't be faked. So it's almost like the embodiment piece cannot be jumped. We can say, oh, here is here's my certification or things I've studied. Okay, so that is valid. But you can be like, okay, this is my certification. I've studied this. I've become a something. But before you become it in your body, through practice, through commitment, through learning, through refining, through unlocking, through committing to the path, cannot be faked. And people feel that. So there is no shortcut to becoming the person that you're meant to be. Right? And obviously that comes with investment, it comes with commitment, it comes with deep inner work, it comes with, I'm not sure, hopefully you can still see me. Yes, so if you buy a house and you invest in that house, you know that it's going to grow in value because you've bought it in, in the place where it's increasing in value basically. It's the same for you. So you are investing in yourself always. So let's go back to the purpose, vision, and mission. So the way I work with my clients with the purpose, vision, and mission piece, let's say somebody comes and say, right, okay, I can see myself that I'm doing this. Like I can see myself how I'm speaking on stage, and I've got my book coming, and I've got a few things going on that I'm gonna make that happen, and I want to influence people in this way. But they feel like something is off. Maybe they feel like there's a block there, or they feel that there's something not fully slotting in for them. Then obviously we use the soul contract. So I do soul contract readings on people, on clients. We use that as a tool to navigate the soul's path. I'm not going to go into what that is. A soul contract reading is basically revealing all your talents, your life and spiritual goals, and your soul destiny, what you're really here to do this lifetime. So we use that as a navigation map. It's not human design, but it's like a interpretation tool of the soul and the spiritual journey. So we use that, but also there might be something else that is actually blocking that high vision or hindering the person to take those bold moves that they need to take in order to step in to that vision fully. And that could be anything from subconscious beliefs about themselves this lifetime. It could be trauma, it could be a conditioning or something cultural or generational. It could be a past life thing, it could be ancestral, it can be DNA, it can be so many different things that could be standing in the way. And of course you can't see your own blind spots. This is why the deep inner work is so important with someone else. So what happens literally in a session, if I'm working with someone, they would say, okay, I feel like my vision, mission, like I feel like it's there, but I can't really reach it. I feel like I'm not really like connecting to it. I'm not sure. Something is standing in my way. I don't know what it is. Not until we go into the session and I go into the Akashic records or go into the soul blueprint, I wouldn't know what it is until I do it. And this is why it reveals itself every time. So there is no linear process. It's like this session would do exactly this work. There is no linear process because only at the time the soul will reveal the actual block. And because I will just channel psychically, just see it. We then go and change it, move it, do whatever we need to do so that the person can then move through. And that is the energy work. I use divine healing and I use light body activations, but they are kind of separate. I'm not talking about them so much today here. I'm talking about the deep inner work and the shamanic work and divine healing, and I do etheric surgery where I'm like moving things out of their fields. You know, it could be things like this. I mean, I'm going to give you an example because people might be saying, well, why do I need that? So let's say you feel like your vision and mission is blocked. Maybe feel like there's something not fully there, or that there's something missing. It could be anything from things like, we go to a past life and you were prosecuted, for example, or you were killed and you have an axe stuck in your etheric fields from being killed. That might be blocking your crown chakra. So then we remove the axe etherically, then we heal the wound in the past life, and then all of a sudden the person feels connected. I'm just giving you an example here. Or you might be feeling that you can't take on specific, or build a team or something. There might be a past life issue with betrayal. You felt betrayed somewhere and you don't trust in this lifetime, but you can't really put a finger on it because no one has betrayed you here, perhaps. Sometimes that has happened so that you feel that way, right? But there is not really a way that you could work it out yourself. So this is why it's so important. So when it comes to the vision, mission, purpose, which I want to talk to you about today, if you have a soul contract reading, it will reveal your life path, your mission, what you're here to do. It will kind of give you permission to become the highest, most advanced, highest potential version of yourself in this lifetime, because it reveals the absolute optimal performance that you can perform as a human this lifetime. You could do that. Then I have another immersion that I've just come up with, so you could work with me for 30 days. And we do that. There's 2 sessions. You have boxer support, and you have also the Ascension clearing kit, which is something that you can keep forever. And then we have a 3-month that you could try, which you could have the soul contract reading in both of these, by the way. And the 3-month is a little bit longer, obviously, and we are then working for a longer period of time, like working on more levels or deeper in your 7 levels of your embodied leadership. So I would say that any of these options are, if you feel that there is more there for you, you know that you want to go quantum leap to your next level, you feel like you've got things pretty good figured out in your business, but you feel that there is not like a lid, but almost like it feels like there is a limitation of you to completely expand out. It could be a specific thing. You may actually specifically feel, I feel like I'm really blocked on this specific thing, which could be your communication, or it could be your intuition. You might think, I would love to really enhance my intuition so I can really trust my gut feeling and I can follow through, take action and not blink, sort of thing. Well, then the intuition piece obviously needs to lock in and get enhanced. A lot will be done in 3 months because it's a lot, because what I do is really, really powerful. That's why I leave 2 weeks between all sessions. I never really do weekly stuff because it's too much. So it's the creme de la creme of energy work that you will receive. And if you're interested in any of these 3 options, which you can see in this live, then send me a DM. That was all for me today. And if you have any questions on the 7 levels of embodied leadership, just generally, you can also just send me a message and ask questions. I'm here to help. And yeah, I think that's it. So if you want to go to the next level, unlock yourself, get into your CEO shoes and body, I am your girl. Okay, see you soon. Have a wonderful weekend, and I can't wait to connect with you next week again.